Good morning, everybody. My name is Abby, and today we're going to be doing a flow that hits the upper neck and shoulders and then moves through the back with mostly poses that are from child's pose and on our backs, and then also laying on our stomachs. And we kind of are going to be moving between the two. If you'd like to have a blanket nearby, either for your child's pose, because we'll be there a good bit today, or even if you want to have it there for Shavasana, go ahead and grab it now. And anything that you might need, like a pillow or a bolster to support your rest at the end, go ahead and grab that. And while you're grabbing those, maybe even grab a little hand towel to assist in some of the stretches we'll do at the beginning. And when you're ready, we'll meet on your mats in an easy seat. And then once we're here, just taking a minute to arrive in the space. Maybe even letting out a big sigh, inhaling deeply, exhaling through the mouth. Maybe your hands come to the tops of your knees, and maybe you allow your eyes to begin to flutter closed. Maybe they stay fixed on a point of the floor in front of you, or maybe they come all the way to a close. Taking a minute to check in, maybe inviting a gentle body scan from the top of the head, down through the face, the neck, the shoulders, the back of the body, the front of the body, the hips, the thighs, the knees, the calves, the ankles, the feet. Coming back through the arms, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the hands. Taking note of anything that is holding, and maybe seeing if I can release it a little bit. Inhale deeply and send your next exhale to the places that are holding in your body, maybe one at a time. For our next breath, maybe one hand comes on your torso, maybe one hand comes on your chest. Taking a moment to become aware of the expansive breath in the body. Expanding and contracting. Sending energy through the whole body. Maybe the hands come back to the tops of the knees. Or maybe your eyes begin to flutter open a little bit. You're welcome to keep them closed longer if you'd like to, while we stretch out our neck, or you can start letting the sun and the light back in. Planting the left hand on the floor next to you, we're going to take the right hand and set it on top of the head. And from here, it's going to gently guide the right ear towards the right shoulder. We're not pulling, we're not dropping our hand heavy on top of the head. Just gently stretching. Maybe sending your exhale to the long side of the neck. Inhale, rising up. Turn your head to a 45-degree angle. Inhale deeply, stretching up. And exhale, drop the head down. Chin is coming towards the shoulder and the direction of it. The hand on top is guiding. Inhale, rising up. Go ahead and give your shoulders a roll. Inhale, bringing the shoulders closer to the ears. Exhaling down and back. Beautiful. And then let's switch the cross of the legs if it feels comfortable to you. If it's more comfortable to keep them the other way, you can definitely stay in that position. Or put the legs anywhere they need to be. Inhale, rising up. Right hand comes to the mat. Left hand comes on top of the head. Exhale, drop the the left ear towards the left shoulder. Inhale, rising up. Go ahead and turn the head again, 45-degree angle towards the left elbow, and drop. Breathing into this side of the neck. While we're here, thinking, can I drop my ears a little more away? My shoulders a little more away from the ears. Inhaling back through center. And we're going to reverse our shoulder roll. So going back and up with our inhale. Forward and down with the exhale. Back and up. Forward and down. Back and up. Forward and down. And then settling into stillness. Beautiful, you guys. Inhale, raising the arms above the head. Big morning stretch. And exhale, twisting left, painting the right hand on top of the right foot. Left arm comes behind. Inhaling back through center, arms come up. Exhale, twisting to the right. Left hand to left knee, right hand behind. Inhaling back through center, sweeping the arms up. We're going to go one more time on each side, twisting left, right hand to right knee, stretching up through the top of the head, noticing if it feels any different this time. Breathing here for a moment. Inhaling back through center, arms come up. Exhale, twisting right, left hand to left knee. Sitting here for a moment. Noticing if this side feels any different. Inhaling back to center. Go ahead and grab your towel if it's nearby. You can kind of roll it up. You're going to grab it towards the top, and starting with it in our right hand, we're going to drop it behind our back, grabbing with the left hand. And you can use your left hand to pull it down towards you a little bit. Inhaling here. Soaking in that beautiful stretch. Exhale. Bring the towel to the side. Walk your hands forward in front of you for a forward fold. Hands can come on top of blocks. They can be on the floor. Whatever best supports your practice today. Inhale, rising up. Go ahead and grab the top of the towel in your left hand. We're going to drop it behind our back and grab it behind our back with the right below. Checking in and noticing if this side feels any different from the other side. Taking a moment to reconnect with the breath. And exhale, release. Beautiful, you guys. Go ahead and stretch the legs right out in front of you. We're going to support our lower backs with a seated forward fold. Inhales, rising up, coming through the top of the head. Exhale, fold forward. I encourage you to keep a generous bend in your knees. If the sensation is feeling too intense, you can even grab any blankets you might have nearby to support your practice and just set it underneath your knees, rolled up. Breathing here. Thinking about hinging from the hips instead of falling into a rounded back. Just soaking up that beautiful stretch. Maybe even trying to send your next exhale to the parts of the leg that are feeling sensation and seeing if that changes the sensation in any way. Inhale, rising up. If you have a blanket underneath your knees, go ahead and remove it. We're going to bend one knee up and leave the other leg in front of us, a variation of a forward fold. Inhale, stretching up. Exhale, fold forward. Noticing how the sensation changes when there's only one leg stretched in front of us. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, twist to the right, putting the left hand on top of that left knee again. Inhale, coming back to the front. And then just take a little moment for a side bend, planting the left hand on the floor, sweeping the right hand up and over. Beautiful. Feeling all that sensation through the side body. Beautiful. And now bringing that right hand towards the left foot. Final forward fold on this side. Inhale, rising up. We're going to stretch the right foot out in front of us, bringing the left foot up. Take a minute to settle in. Make sure your sits bones are connecting with the floor. Rising up. Exhale, folding forward. Just noticing if the side feels different than the other side. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, twist. Right hand comes to the left knee. Twisting to the back. Noticing where sensation is present. Exhale, coming forward. Plant the right hand on the mat next to your hip or a distance from your hip. Bringing the left hand up. Beautiful side bend. Just soaking that side stretch up. Feeling the lengthening through the tips of the fingers. And then swinging down towards your right foot with the left hand. Final forward fold on this side. Beautiful, you guys. Inhale, rising up. Go ahead and send both feet out in front of you and just give them a little shake. Maybe you bounce the knees up and down gently. Maybe they come to a little longer, a little wider than hips distance apart, and you just take a minute to roll the hips out on the mat. After all that beautiful work we did through the legs. Feeling that stretch and that massaging. Beautiful. And then when you're done, moving everything that needs to be moved there. We're going to come hands and knees into our tabletop position on the mats. Taking a minute to settle in. Coming to our neutral spine. We'll take a few cat-cows here before settling into child's pose. So when you're ready, and with your inhale, tipping the nose up to the ceiling, allowing the back to sink down towards the floor, shoulders dropping away from the ears. And with your next exhale, rounding through the back. Inhale, tipping forward. Exhaling, rounding. Go ahead and flow through 2 more of those at the pace of your own breath. And when you're done, we'll push back into child's pose. Taking the version that your body needs today. Maybe your toes are touching no matter where your knees end up. And then maybe the knees are close together, allowing expansion across the upper back. Or maybe your knees are wide, allowing the stretch to go into the hips. Wherever you are, taking a minute and settling in. Taking a moment to maybe even massage your forehead on the mat. Or if it's more comfortable, you can grab your block, massaging your forehead on a block. Maybe 2 blocks even come underneath your hands today. Bringing the stretch more into the shoulders. Seeing how you can support your body today and what it needs. And wherever you are, maybe you play with stretching that left hand a little bit more forward on the mat. And then your right hand a little bit more forward. If you're not using blocks and you want to bring the stretch a little more into your shoulders, you can tense your hands. One more breath. And then we'll be doing a version of thread the needle in child's pose. Go ahead and allow your left hand to be planted on the floor enough so that you can raise your torso up and make space under your left elbow, under your left armpit. And then bring the right arm up towards the ceiling, inhaling. Exhale, bring that right hand through underneath your left armpit. If your body is asking for more space in this position, maybe you bring the left hand on top of that block or tend to the fingers. Pushing up through the left hand, bringing the right hand out from the twist and raising it towards the ceiling once more. Exhale, release it back down to the mat. Beautiful. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Stretching the left hand up towards the ceiling. And then exhaling, threading it through under the right armpit. Seeing what the body needs on this side. Inhale, bringing that left arm through and sweeping it back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release. Coming forward a bit and putting our knees underneath our hips again. Beautiful. We're going to walk our hands forward a little bit and keep the hips where they are above the knees, dropping the chest down towards the ground for puppy pose. Puppy poses look a lot of different ways. Maybe you stay here on your elbows, heart melting towards the mat. Maybe you continue to drop a little farther. Maybe your chin comes to the mat. Inhale, rising up, and allow your elbows to stay resting on the mat. We're going to come through and lower ourselves onto our front bodies. While you're here, maybe just adjusting, keeping yourself on your mat. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring our hands back by our lower rib cages. Taking a minute, maybe even allowing the forehead to rest on the mat for a minute. Maybe your side. Feeling the support of the earth below you. And then when we're ready, we're going to align our head facing forward again. We're going to push down through the tops of the feet, enough that our knees raise a little bit off the floor, or at least we feel the tension through the knees. We're going to pinch our shoulder blades together and bring our head up. Beautiful. Exhale, release. Bring your arms in front. We're going to come to full elbows underneath shoulders for Sphinx. Beautiful. Elbows underneath the shoulders, reaching up through the top of the head, feeling that beautiful back bend. Beautiful, you guys. Exhale, release. Stretching the left out arm on the floor next to us. We're going to rest our left cheek on the floor, planting the right hand underneath the right shoulder. We're going to push through, sending the right foot over the left leg to plant behind. If this sensation is too intense, then maybe you meet your body here. This is a beautiful place to be too. Just bringing one foot on top of the other. While here, just thinking about, can I drop my right shoulder a little more away from the right ear. Inhale, coming back through center. Planting the hands on the mat again for Sphinx. Elbow comes on the mat right below the shoulder. We're pressing down through our palms, pressing down through the tops of the feet. We're lengthening through the top of the head. Beautiful. Exhale, release. This time we're going to stretch the right hand out to the side on the mat. Right cheek comes down to the floor. Planting the left hand underneath the left shoulder. And when we're ready, pushing through that left hand, sending the left foot up and over the right leg. Noticing if this side is any different from the other side. Can I release anything while I'm here? Can I drop that left shoulder a little bit away from my left ear? Inhale, coming back to center. Last Sphinx, coming up onto elbows. Beautiful. Head is lengthening, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. It's almost a sensation of pulling your heart forward between the shoulders. Pushing through the top of the feet, pressing through the fingertips. Exhale, release. Plant your hands back by the rib cage, a little bit behind where the shoulders are. Press down through the top of the feet, draw the shoulder blades together. Come up for baby cobra. And with your next exhale, push up through the hands and send your hips back towards child's pose. We're going into child's pose. And then when you're here, just kind of massaging that forehead back and forth a little more. If you did wide knees last time, maybe you take a minute and bring your knees together and allow the knees to help the top of your upper back open up, bringing the hands towards the feet. With your next inhale, plant your hands close to your knees. Push up to a sitting position. We're going to make our ways onto our back. Lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Coming into a supine position. We're going to cross our right knee over the right foot over the left knee, and then go ahead and stay here if this is where your body feels good. And you can also experiment with pulling on that left thigh, drawing it closer towards you and seeing if that feels good in your body as well. Checking in with the body. Go ahead and unwind the knees, hug them into your chest, rock the hips back and forth, and then allow your knees to drop to the left. Right hand extends out to the side. We're keeping our shoulders on the ground. Maybe you like to have your left hand on that right knee, guiding it down. Gaze can follow the right hand. Inhaling back through center. Go ahead and drop the right foot down to the mat. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. And again, you can stay right here, or you can play with drawing that right thigh closer towards you, seeing what your body needs on this side. Go ahead and unwind, bringing your knees into your chest for a hug, walking out those hips back and forth, and then dropping the knees to the right. Left hand stretches out to the side. Gaze can follow. Maybe even allowing a little smile to come to our lips. Soaking up that beautiful stretch. Inhale, bringing it back. We're getting ready for Shavasana, so I'd like to invite you to go ahead and take any other movements your body needs. Maybe you come into Happy Baby, holding onto your feet, or onto the tops of the calves, by your shins. Maybe you rock it out here. Maybe you take a beautiful full body stretch. Maybe you walk it into a side bend on each side. Just soaking it up. And then when you're ready, finding your version of Shavasana that best supports your body. Maybe you've got a blanket nearby you'd like to put on top of you. Maybe you bring that bolster or pillow underneath your knees while you're laying down for support. Whatever that looks like for you, go ahead and take it now. We will be having a little bit of a shorter Shavasana today, about 5 minutes long. I'll be here to guide you out. When you've found that beautiful spot, maybe just taking a minute and allowing your body to melt into the floor. Noticing if your body feels any different now than when we started. Maybe you take a minute to relax everything, starting at the top of the head, going through the face, the forehead, the eyebrows, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the mouth, the jaw, the ears, the back of the head, the neck, the tops of the shoulders, the arms, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the fingers, going through the torso, front and back, the waist, front and back, the hips, the thighs, the knees, the calves, the ankles, the feet, the toes. Inviting in rest and relaxation. Inviting in the feeling of being supported by the floor. Maybe even inviting in the feeling of safety. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you like. But if the rest of the day is calling you, maybe you start to invite movement back into your fingers and your toes. Maybe you windshield wiper your feet back and forth a little bit. Maybe you roll out your wrists before slowly moving onto one side of the body. And then when you're ready, pushing up to an easy seat. Thank you for taking this time for your body, mind, and soul. I look forward to seeing you next time.